Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to a new video on East Coast Manga. So today I'm making a video that's a little different. It's not manga related, it's actually anime related and just strictly anime related, which is an interesting take on the channel because I haven't done this before. I just want to go over 10 anime that I'm currently watching or have already finished or am going to watch in quarantine basically, and kind of just wrapping up quarantine hopefully. So in no particular order, first one is Grave of the Fireflies. You know, this is an anime that I haven't started yet, or I've probably watched a couple of minutes actually, then I'd do something else. So this is one that I'm looking forward to watching. I've heard it's very sad, but I've talked to people about this before. I really like stories about World War II that's not like battle stories, if that makes sense. Like different perspectives from different people who aren't battling, but they're just like living their everyday lives. And I've heard this is really, really good. So yeah, I'm looking to check it out. As far as I know, the story revolves around a brother and a sister and just a bunch of stuff happening in Japan and them just having to deal with it, and yeah, that's as much as I know. Next one is Silent Voice. I don't even think I have to describe this one, and surprisingly I have not actually fully watched this. I'm actually, I don't know, maybe a third of the way through so far. I kind of bounce around anime a lot, but yeah, so I gotta finish that. I know I gotta finish it. It's really good. It's not like it's bad or anything like that. I just, for whatever reason, I tend to bounce around a lot. So next one is Paranoia Agent. I don't know how many people actually know about this. I actually saw it. I think Adult Swim is airing it live right now, but I think it used to be on Toonami, but yeah, it's on YouTube, so you can basically access it for free. Same with Grave of the Fireflies, also on YouTube, can access it for free. Silent Voice is on Netflix, so that's how I'm watching that. And Paranoia Agent, I've already started it. I'm almost done with it. It's a really hard anime to describe. It follows, it's kind of like a detective anime trying to follow a certain crime spree, and there's just so much other stuff that happens. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not like amazing or anything like that, but it's pretty interesting to me, so that's why I've stuck with it. Next is BStars. I've already left my opinion on BStars, the anime versus manga, but I wanted to add this to the list because I have finished that. But if you want to see my opinion on that, check out my video of anime versus manga on BStars. Next would be Tower of God. This is something that I haven't started yet, but everyone's watching, everyone's talking about it. So BStars is on Netflix. Tower of God, I think, is on Crunchyroll, so that's how I'd watch it. I'm pretty sure it's on Crunchyroll. I have to look it up, but everyone's been talking about Tower of God, so I feel like it's something I really need to check out. Next is the Garden of Words. Now, some of you guys may be familiar with this, some of you may not. It's also a manga, but it just seems like a really nice film. I'm not sure if it's a Studio Ghibli film. It might be, but it's not, as far as I know, it's not like an intense film or anything. It's just a, basically about this kid who decides, as far as I know, this kid who decides to skip school and ends up at this kind of garden area. I forget what it's actually called, and basically just talks to this old woman, and they kind of just relate, and I don't know. I don't really look at the descriptions too much for these because I don't like to spoil myself ahead of time. I just kind of go into it and just deal with the unknown. Next is Classroom of the Elite, and this was recommended on Twitter. Apparently this is a very underrated anime, and I want to check it out. But there was a list of like super underrated anime, and everyone was agreeing it's super underrated, so I don't know how it's still underrated if everyone's agreeing that it's underrated. I don't understand how this works, but never mind. But it seems like it's children of like high-ranking officials or like super wealthy families, and they're supposed to be the next like elite citizens, if that makes sense. I don't really know, but it sounded like something that's really interesting, and I'd like to check out underrated stuff. Next one, and I may mispronounce this, but it's Kakegurui. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a gambling anime on Netflix. Really, really good in my opinion. I don't know if it's like the best gambling anime, but it's super, super psychological, and it's just a lot of fun. Honestly, I finished season 1. I'm almost done with season 2, episode 1, so season 2 should be done relatively soon. I actually do want to do a review on that, so look forward to that. It's really good in my opinion. And second to last on the list is Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, or Season 0. Now, some of you guys know what this is, some of you guys don't. It's, from what I hear, it's basically Yu-Gi-Oh! Before like the whole dueling saga. So basically it's apparently super, super dark, and it follows like the first series of manga. And it's just like a very, very dark version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that sounds super interesting to me, and I had no idea it even existed until a couple days ago. So that's definitely something I plan on checking out. And then last but not least is Haikyuu. This is actually the first anime that I started out of all of these, and it's on Netflix. It's really, really good. I don't really binge anime too much though, it's, for whatever reason, I can't really do it. So sometimes I'll like take breaks and go back and forth in between different series. But yeah, that's currently what I'm watching, and I do want to integrate anime a little more into this channel just because I think, you know, it can help expand the channel and just expand my horizons in general. So personally, I'd love to hear what you guys are currently watching in the comments. I think it's always so interesting seeing what people are watching, because usually people aren't watching like the same exact things. Leave it down in the comments, I'd love to hear. And that's been it for this video, so I'll catch you guys later.